people are facing charges after running onto the field at the Congressional baseball game. Capitol Police tell us the people were part of a protest group.
And he'll swing at the first pitch and loop it up and into left field, a base hit. He back is Panetta. He cannot get to it. It goes for injury. Instead, runs into right field, and it will drop in for a hit.
Also stole a base earlier. Louise
swung on and hit the left center field. Charging in is Moore, and he will make the catch. What a grab by Blake Moore. Swansea's son Joe, professional baseball player in the Mets organization at AA. Swansea hits his ball to first. The play made there, and Kazar will come home and score for the outs, and then the throw home, and he got hit up high with the catcher's mask of Morgan Luttrell. It's going to be a better angle of it. You see
applause from the crowd here. Make sure he's okay. The other umpires, Paul Porto, Craig Alden, Don Wu, and to check on their colleague, Rich McCormick, Republican congressman from Georgia, who's a doctor, came in. And here comes Raul Ruiz, who's also a doctor, the Democrat from California.
2024 edition of the Congressional baseball game in the books. And a swing and a miss, and that is it. The Republicans take down a 31-11 victory over the Democrats. That's 4 wins in a row for the GOP.
House Republicans are honored to host at our special political conference President Donald J. Trump, where we will discuss how Republicans will work together to save America from Joe Biden and far-left Democrats' failed leadership that has caused skyrocketing and painful Biden inflation, a weakened national security, and chaos around the world.
China's aggression is the greatest national security threat to America today.
Robert Hur, on page 1 of his special counsel report, said Joe Biden knowingly kept classified information, Joe Biden knowingly disclosed classified information, and he disclosed that information to someone who wasn't allowed to get it. He said Joe Biden had strong motivations for ignoring classified procedures because he was writing a book for which he got paid $8 million. We have the elements of the crime, knowingly keeping, knowingly disclosing, giving that information to someone who wasn't allowed to get it. We have all that, and yet the special counsel said he would not recommend charges for President Biden. We know we're entitled to all the evidence, and that includes the best evidence, which is this audio tape. The Attorney General has been clear he's not going to give that information to us. Already been times where the transcript that we've received from the White House doesn't match up with what was actually said by the President of the United States. And so, again, for all those reasons, we think we need this information, and that's why the resolution will be on the floor today. And I'll let the next gentleman talk about the vote on that, and that's our good whip, Tom Emmer.
Hur concluded that although President Biden, quote, willfully retained and disclosed classified materials as a private citizen, close quote, criminal charges were not warranted because Biden is an, quote, elderly man with a poor memory. In stark contrast, former President Donald Trump was hit with a 37-count indictment from Special Counsel Smith alleging that he willfully retained classified documents after leaving office. And while the Justice Department handed over the transcript of Biden's interview with Hur, they've denied and refused to hand over the corresponding audio recordings. Transcripts do not and cannot capture things like tone, inflection, pace, and pauses that fully convey a person's message. The audio recordings are necessary to adequately evaluate Special Counsel Hur's assessment about President Biden's memory and to determine whether the DOJ is engaging in a two-tiered application of justice by refusing to indict Joe Biden. Second, the White House has a history of editing official transcripts to cover up Biden's gaffes. If the interview audio matches the transcript, why not release it? Why not comply with our subpoenas? Is Biden's Department of Justice covering covering their boss.
The jury in the trial of Hunter Biden found him guilty on 3 felony gun charges. Jurors came to their decision after deliberating for only about 3 hours.
Wow. It's not too hot out here, right? You know, it's not bad. I heard it was going to be terrible. I heard it was going to be so hot. Did you see we put out a notice saying don't come? So only 20,000 people showed up. There's never been anything like this, but it's great to be back in the beautiful state. You know the state. We love it. And you always have to say it correctly. Nevada. You got to call it Nevada. Remember when Joe said it's great to be in Idaho and he was in Iowa? He always does that. No. You know, I had a second test. I aced it. I aced both of them. Not easy to ace. Biden should have a cognitive test, number one. They say it's unconstitutional. That's a good excuse. He should have a cognitive test, and before the debate in 2 weeks, he should take a drug test, because I'm willing to take one. But this time they're using weaponization of Department of Justice, go in to see the local DAs, go in to see the attorney generals to cheat, because he's getting killed in the poll. We're leading here by like 12 points, you know that. Last week, Crooked Joe signed an executive order that is pro-invasion, pro-child trafficking, pro-woman trafficking, pro-human trafficking, and pro-drug dealers. It's a pro-drug dealer bill. It's weak, it's ineffective, it's bull what he signed. Wow. And then you had the horrific case of Laken Riley. I got to know the parents well, the family well. The young nursing student, top of her class. She was from Georgia, and she was savagely beaten, horribly beaten, killed. And Joe set loose this monster into our country, wouldn't have come into the country under us. And then on top of everything else, when I met the family, they were so beautiful, so incredible. And Joe Biden couldn't pronounce her name. He talked about her in Congress, and he was only forced to talk about her, but he apologized to her killer for calling him illegal. He called him an illegal alien, and everybody got angry at him, so he started apologizing, not to the family of Laken Riley, but he apologized to the killer because he called him a killer. This is where we are. So this is the first time I've said this, and for those hotel workers and people that get tips, you're going to be very happy, because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips. We're not going to do it, and we're going to do that right away, first thing in office, because it's been a point of contention for years and years and years. You do a great job of service. You take care of people. And I think it's going to be something that really is deserved. More importantly, popular or unpopular. I do some unpopular things, too, if it's right for the country. I do what's right. But so those people that have jobs in restaurants, whatever the job may be, a tipping job, we're not going after for taxes anymore. This will be ended. That we just had the largest fundraising effort in a period of 1 week than anybody has ever had. Did you know that, Marjorie? We took in hundreds of millions of dollars, and much of it was small money donors, what's called a small, average $71. Hundreds of thousands of people contributed. Actually, one of the people running for vice president, we've got a lot of great people running for vice president. By the way, who do we prefer? We have a lot of good ones. They're very good. And you have some unbelievable people. Just get out and you vote. and I will see you soon. We're going to spend a lot of time in this state. If we win Nevada, we win the whole thing. We win the whole thing.